subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from Live Law.
Welcome to another episode of Courts This Week. Are you aware of what went on in the Sudarshan TV showcase with the controversial tagline, UPSC Jihad? Well, we'll go over that today. Quashing of the NLAT exam conducted by NLS Bangalore and filing of a civil suit in Mathura for removal of the masjid wall from the Krishna Janmabhoomi are some of the other important updates of the week that we'll go over today. Let's first quickly go over what happened in the Supreme Court. The hearing in the ongoing Sudarshan TV case has been deferred by the top court to October 5th. This happened so as to allow the channel to respond to a show cause notice issued to it by the central government, seeking its response on the apparent violations of the Program Code, Section 23 of the Cable Television Networks Act. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta informed the court that the Ministry of INB had put forth a show cause notice to the channel and that it be best for the court to defer the hearing. Restraint on telecast of the show was put on September 15 when the court said that it was an insidious attempt at maligning the Muslim community. The injunction on it continues till further orders. The Supreme Court quashed the decision of the National Law School of India, University Bengaluru to hold a separate admission test by way of the National Legal Aptitude Test. The NLSIU has been directed to admit students for the present academic year based on the scores of the CLAT. The court directed the consortium of the national law universities to hold the common law admission test on September 28 itself and in accordance with all health guidelines issued by the central government and authorities. The consortium has also been directed to publish CLAT results as early as possible so that the law universities can start their classes by mid-October. Notice has been issued on a plea by Facebook India Vice President Ajit Mohan challenging the summons issued by the Delhi Assembly's Peace and Harmony Committee, which is looking into Facebook's alleged complicity in Delhi riots. This assembly panel on peace and harmony is looking into complaints on the role and complicity of Facebook officials in the Delhi riots that took place in February 2020. One was issued two summons on August 31st and the second on September 18. It is averred that the committee improperly seeks to exercise its powers and privileges in a manner that exceeds the constitutional limits of the Legislative Assembly. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti's daughter Iltija, has moved the Supreme Court seeking amendment to the prayers sought in Mufti's habeas corpus petition, which is currently pending adjudication. Mufti, along with other prominent leaders of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, were placed under preventive detention on August 5th last year at the time of abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution. The amendment sought is to include a challenge to the orders of confirmation dated February 26 and subsequent extensions dated May 5th and July 31st of the detention orders impugned in the habeas corpus plea. Iltija has stated that the detention order of Mufti, which was based on stale grounds, have become even staler since the petition was filed and that the administration has continued to act with total non-application of mind and malice in law, has only been reinforced and aggravated in confirming and extending the order of detention for further periods. The Supreme Court dismissed his withdrawn activist lawyer Sudha Bhardwaj's plea for interim bail, granting liberty to approach the court if need arises. I am under trial in custody since 2 years. Even the charges have not been framed. I'm 58 years old and I'm seeking your indulgence for interim bail on medical grounds, submitted senior advocate Vrinda Grover for the petitioner. Sudha was arrested on August 28, 2019 in connection with caste violence in Maharashtra's Bhima Koregaon village on New Year's Day of 2018. 9 others have been arrested for the same incident. Central Bureau of Secondary Education informed the Supreme Court that it shall declare results of those students of class 12 who took compartment exams on or before October 10. It is pertinent to note that the UGC also enunciated a fresh calendar and new guidelines so as to equip compartment students to be able to get admissions on account of the delayed admissions amid the pandemic. The last compartment examination will be conducted on September 30th. Now I'll briefly go over some judgments of the top court. When an employer employs a driver, he has to take reasonable care to see that his employee gets his license renewed within time, the Supreme Court has observed. In this case, Rajinder Kumar was employed as a driver by Beli Ram. The former met with an accident while driving a truck owned by the latter. He filed a petition under the Workmen's Compensation Act 1923. The commissioner passed an award directing the insurance company to pay him compensation. Interest was directed to be paid by the employer. In appeal, the High Court absolved the insurance company of any liability on account of there being a material breach of the insurance policy in as much as the driver's driving license had expired at the relevant time. The question of law considered by the Apex Court was whether, in case of a valid driving license, if the license has expired, the insured is absolved of its liability. Court observed that when the driver did not renew his license, the insurance employee cannot be held liable unless the owner proved that he had either checked the driving license or had given instructions to his driver to get his license renewed on expiry thereof. The Supreme Court has observed that the precise time when the Gazette is published in the electronic mode is significant for determining the enforceability of the notifications. Following the terror attack on Pulwama on 14 February 2019, the Government of India published a notification on 16 February in exercise of powers under Section 8A of the Customs Tariff Act. The notification introduced a tariff entry by which all goods originating in or exported from Pakistan were subjected to an enhanced custom duty of 200%. The precise time at which the notification was uploaded on the e-Gazette was 8:46 p.m. Allowing a batch of writ petitions, the High Court of Punjab and Haryana held that since the importers who had imported goods from Pakistan had presented their bills of entry and completed the process of self-assessment before the notification enhancing the rate of duty to 200% was issued and uploaded, the enhanced rates of duty was not attracted. The top court upheld the High Court's judgment. High Courts and other courts now. Delhi High Court has given green signal to HarperCollins to go ahead with its book titled Gunning for the Godman, which is based on the criminal case against Asaram Bapu. The single bench of Justice Najmi Waziri has set aside the ex-parte injunction passed by the District Court by holding that where there is a fair discussion in public domain which is based on facts and not malicious facts, the same is protected under freedom of speech and expression. The Bombay High Court allowed Rajya Sabha MP and Shiv Sena chief spokesperson Sanjay Raut to be added as a party to the proceedings in Kangana's petition challenging demolition of her property in Bandra, as the actor had relied upon a video of Raut allegedly abusing her while alleging malice in the action taken against her by the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. The top court also questioned the municipal corporation as to how the ground floor of the building was demolished, even though there were no alterations made on the ground floor as per the inspection report of the BMC. A person under detention cannot be prevented from taking the examination unless there are pressing circumstances which may even involve the security of the detenue itself. The Jammu and Kashmir High Court held while directing the facilitation of appearance of a detenue for his Class 12 exam. The application was filed before the court so as to enable the detenue Omar Akbar Mir to take Class 12 examination commencing from 22nd September 2020. The Bombay High Court has held that there is no material to prove that Tablighi Jamaat members indulged in activities which are likely to spread COVID while quashing the FIR and the charge sheet filed against 8 Myanmar nationals booked for Tablighi activities. Court observed that allowing the prosecution to continue would be nothing but an abuse of the process of the court, especially because of lack of evidence supporting the charges levelled against the foreigners. While observing that prostitution has not been made an offence under Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956 and that an adult woman has the right to choose her vocation and cannot be detained without her consent, the Bombay High Court on 24th September set free 3 sex workers from the corrective institution. The single-judge bench of the Bombay High Court was hearing the plea of 3 sex workers challenging the order dated 19 October 2019 passed by the Metropolitan Magistrate under Section 17(2) of the said Act, as well as an order of the Additional Sessions Judge, Dindoshi. A civil suit has been filed in the Mathura court on behalf of Lord Sri Krishna Virajman for removal of Masjid Idgah, allegedly built on the land of Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi. The plea has been filed in the name of Bhagwan Sri Krishna Virajman through next friend Ranjana Agnihotri. The list of the petitioners also includes 6 devotees. The plea seeks removal of encroachment and superstructure illegally raised by the Committee of Management of alleged trust Masjid Idgah with the consent of Sunni Central Board of Waqf at Katra, Keshav Dev City, Mathura, belonging to deity Sri Krishna Virajman. That's it for this week, guys. If you want to read more detailed analysis, visit www.livelaw.in and download our app for breaking legal news. See you next week, same time, same day. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from Live Law.